All right, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Hey, I can't wait to jumpstart this call with you guys because you're going to get to hear from an agent who crushed their promotion back-to-back months. And I know so many of you are running for this same promotion. You're running to hit that new level, and he's going to come on and share you guys some tips of how he was able to do it. So bear with me. The lighting on today's call, I am in the bottom level of this beach house because I went outside to do it and the sun was so bright I couldn't see anything. So hopefully this lighting's not too dark for you guys as we jump into this call. But hats off to you guys for just a phenomenal month of March. So many of you ran to new heights. I know we had a lot of agents hit their new personal best record in a given month, but I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag because the numbers got sent out to your coach yesterday. So if you've not gotten them yet, they're going to be sending them out to you today. And make sure you review them. We're going to go over the agency numbers on Friday's call, and I'm going to have some of the top agents come on Friday's call as well. So stay tuned for that. All right. Hey, y'all lost me there. Hopefully I'm back. Hopefully I'm unfroze and that doesn't glitch out on us again. So let me know if you've got me loud and clear in the WhatsApp chat. Hopefully it's working. If not, me and Dylan are going to be talking to ourselves today, but that's okay. So anyway, guys, we are jumping in to the production reporting for March. It got sent to your coach yesterday, if that froze up on us when I just said that. And you should be getting your report today if you did not get it last night. Make sure you go over it. Make sure it's freezing on us. I'm sorry, guys. Can't do much about it there, but we'll see. We'll see if it works. I might have to kick this over and turn it on my phone here in a minute. But production report coming your way today if you did not get it. And then we're going to go over the team total numbers on Friday's call and show you guys how close you are towards hitting the Scotland trip. So super excited for Friday's call. Make sure you tune into that one. But without further ado, I want to give this guy a big shout out. Dylan went back-to-back months, just having 2 huge months in a row, locked down his first promotion. So super proud of him. But he's going to join us on today's call. We're going to pick his brain as to how he was able to hit those numbers. So without further ado, let's give Dylan a big shout out in the WhatsApp chat. Dylan, thanks for hopping on here, man.
What's up?
Hey, buddy. Hey, hopefully it doesn't freeze on us, but if it does, it'll just reset itself. So just give it a minute if you notice your screen gets frozen on you there. But hey, man, big congratulations to you hitting that first promotion. How does it feel? This was your birthday week, right? You just turned 30, just got your promotion. This is a big week for you.
Yep. Honestly, it doesn't feel anything crazy different. Just honestly another day.
Not a day down. Just another day, right?
Yep.
It's going to be hard for me to do this call because I'm a big Yankees fan and I see the Kansas City Royals t-shirt, but I'm going to bear through it.
Hey, you got to rep my KC.
You're not going to switch it up now that you're in Dallas. You're not going to go for the Cowboys, get rid of the Chiefs.
Nah, I mean, I got a little bit of love for both teams, but you can take the boy out of KC, but you can't take the KC out of the boy.
So no Texas Rangers t-shirts in your future?
We'll probably get a couple, but we'll stick to the Kansas City boys.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you for jumping on here. But my first question for you, Dylan, is, when you were running towards this first promotion, you probably got hit with a lot of rejection out there in the field. So what's a tip you would give for an agent to just have the mental tenacity, the toughness to be able to keep going out there for 2 months in a row to lock down a promotion like that?
Honestly, I mean, it's just a grind. I mean, you just cannot take anything personal. You never know who you're going to run into. If they're going to be having a good or bad day. I mean, you just truly never know. So, I mean, just getting that out of there and just going out there looking for the people that are looking for us, because what we do helps a lot of people, and there's people out there that truly need us.
It's a big tip, man. Find the one that actually needs your help. Sometimes we go out there, we beat ourselves up as agents because we're getting told no more than we're getting told yes. But that's the name of the game. You guys are going to get told no 75% of the time just to get told yes 25%. But you just need that one to two good people a day. So, Dylan, let me ask you this, man. What advice would you give to a brand new agent starting off in this industry? They just got started. We've got an agent. Shout out to Corey. He's about to kick off his very first day out there in the field today. What tips would you give for him to have a successful career?
Honestly, don't just relax. Don't overcomplicate things. It's the simplest, hardest thing you'll ever do. But you just got to keep consistent and keep chipping away towards your goal. Jim Harbaugh has a little business card. It has a thing on there. Better today than yesterday. Better tomorrow than today. Just constantly moving forward. And that's another thing I love about it relates to sports. I'm a big sports guy. So I was terrible at wrestling. I wrestled. I was terrible at the beginning. But, at the end of it, by the time I was in high school and college, I was beating the number one guys, Oklahoma, Iowa, Nebraska. But I wouldn't have got there if I didn't keep going through. You got to go through all the highs and lows and just keep trucking away.
That's pretty cool, man. I didn't know that, So what was it like as a new agent compared to now? How has your mindset evolved? Think about back to when you were wrestling, when you go from getting beat up to now you're the one winning the matches. The same thing as an agent, you go from getting beat up to now you're hitting promotion. So talk about the evolution of an agent.
Yeah. It's from back then to now, it's definitely changed a lot. I was big in my head. I would always say, I've told you this a bunch, the biggest enemy is the inner me. I would hold myself back a lot. So, just, changing that mindset to just doing mindset, just get out there and just go. If you don't know what you're doing, just take that step that's right in front of you. That plain as clear step you need to do, and it'll lead somewhere. Time will tell.
For sure. It's one of those things, man. If you show up enough, you're going to do good. It's all numbers based. You can't put the pressure on yourself as a new agent out there. But let me ask you this, dude. So for you to hit that promotion, right? I know last month you had a huge month. How do you structure your week? Talk to an agent about schedule. When you think about, hey, I'm about to go have a big week, what all goes into that?
Honestly, just preparing. You got to do the small things, as far as lining your week out, making sure you have leads, people to see, just getting out there and doing the dirty, getting your hands dirty and going and, cutting it up with people and hanging out and, seeing how we can help. But just preparing, getting those small things, because if you don't do those small things, it's going to, derail your day and, it's going to bleed off into the rest of the week. So you just got to prepare as much as you can.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you, how many people do you think you're talking to in a given day? How many doors? How many doors do you think you're knocking on in a day? Have you ever kept track of them?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm terrible with numbers. I don't really do a lot of tracking. It's hit or miss. Sometimes, I'll get in the house and it'll take a while. There's a lot to unpack and, find out what's going on. Sometimes, you're just, it's a rainy day, and you're dealing with grumps, knocking Grumpville or so to say.
Yep.
But, it's hit or miss, especially for me. I'm a little all over, I'm not gonna lie.
No, I get that, man. Some days, I tell a lot of agents, you might go out there, if you were working 5 days a week, you're going to have one day, like you said, just people grumpy. Nobody's letting you in. Nobody's at home. You go the whole day and till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, no leads are answering the door. You're going to have one day like that a week. But then the other days, it's man, the first 3 people you knock on are happy, excited to see you. You get in, you sell them all, So it's you got to be careful riding that wave. You got to know, if you're having a tough day today, tomorrow's going to be the easy day and vice versa there, right? If you go out and have a huge day, you should be prepared for the next day to be in Grumpville, like you were talking about. But let's talk about daily habits, okay? So do you have any daily habits that you would contribute to being successful?
Honestly, not really. I don't think I do anything too out of the ordinary.
Hmm.
I got to try to start the morning with a workout. It just kind of helps me puts me in a good mood, get in that right headspace, and then I've already kind of checked off my first to-do list thing, so to say.
Yeah.
Um, Nothing wild. If I'm being real,
Yeah.
pretty
No,
ordinary
working
day.
out, I think the way you start the day is usually how you finish the day. At least
Yep.
that's how I'm seeing. If I start a day and I'm flustered and I'm behind, I'm late, rushing to do something, it's like the whole day is like that. But then if you wake up early, all right, now early to some people might be 8 a.m., early might be 4 a.m. I don't care what time you wake up, but if you wake up and you just do something that gets you in a good mood first, it just sets the tone for your day. And that's how you're going to finish the day too. So that's pretty
Hmm.
big.
For
Let's talk
sure.
about let's talk about challenges. Okay. So what do you think's been the hardest thing for you to overcome? Maybe like some people are very introverted, some people have struggling at the door and the presentation. What do you think's the most challenging part of this job?
I mean, for me, there's so many things. Like I was very introverted before, like
Mhm.
getting into this. I always say, sorry, if you met me, 3 years ago, you
Yeah.
wouldn't, because like I would not have talked to you.
Right.
So like flipping that, because now if you see me today, I mean, I'll talk to anyone and everyone. I mean, we're always having a good time.
How did that change?
Um,
How did you force yourself to change like that?
Honestly, just having like Becca, we're two different personalities. Seeing what she does in the house and like the bubbliness, people love it. And so I was like, that's honestly a big key of what we have. You got
Mhm.
to have fun and step out of your little bubble, so to say. But yeah.
I was very similar. Like when I got started, same thing. If you asked Alicia when I got started in this, she honestly told me not to get licensed because she thought I was be so bad at it. Because I was the same way. I was like marine contractor, introvert, like just do my own thing type of thing, right? But one thing I found about doing this business is it actually pulls the extrovert out of you. And if you're a new agent watching this and you're like, oh, I'm introverted, so I can't see myself going and talking to random people. Honestly, introverted people generally do better at this initially than just extroverts because there's just that demographic, right? Like a lot of the people that are answering the doors are introverted, so you can relate. So it's cool to see the evolution of that, right? But Dylan, let's talk about clients. Okay, so for you to hit the promotion, you wrote a lot of business, but you placed it too, right? That's the difference. Is an agent can go out and write a ton, but if only half of it places, they're never really going to see that result. They're not going to see the commissions, the production reporting, right? So writing it's the first part, but getting it issued and approved is the second part. And one thing you're very good at, I feel like, is when you leave the house, they're approved. Like you've got the result that you're looking for. So maybe share a tip, like what goes into making sure your business actually is good. It gets approved, paid, and how do you manage that?
Honestly, just I mean, really connecting with them. I mean, getting that strong rapport and just saying what you're gonna do and do what you say. I mean, a lot of people just don't want to deal with all the rigmarole, getting approved,
Mhm.
sifting through companies and all that stuff. So I mean, just being real transparent with them, saving your phone number in their phone. Like I always like while we're filling out the app, like I'm
Mhm.
putting that in there. Like I want them to have access to me.
Mhm.
Um, but just doing that small stuff, being a person, connecting with them, because I mean, people want to people need insurance, but they want to have a good time doing it or like getting approved. So I mean, just be that fun person and help them truly, put them in a good or better position.
For sure. I can tell,
Yeah.
like, I can tell your personality in the house is fun, it's uplifting, it's not pressuring. And so like I think that's why you do so good is because just like you said, people want insurance. They want to have fun getting it. They don't want it to be this transactional based, ordeal. What happens a lot, if people think of sales, they think of like, this like high pressure situation. And honestly, the best way to sell this product is to just sit back, relax, act like you're talking to your grandparents, and just make a friend. And if you can genuinely make a friend, this job's very easy, but if you're just like, hey, here's what you signed up for, here's the product, sign it, you're going to struggle a lot. So if you can make that friend, but what about, then let's talk about follow-up. All right. So let's say, you have a client, they've been on the books and all of a sudden missed draft payment or cancellation. How do you get back in front of them? Because I know one thing you're very good at is, you know your clients for the years that you've been doing this. And if something happens, you're always going back in front of them. So walk an agent how to do that. Maybe they're brand new. They just got their first charge back. What do they do?
So like, honestly, you never know. I mean, like circling back is like, I always save my phone number in there. Like that's my first little like touch out to them. Like,
yeah.
And it's awesome. It's big because you've got your number saved in there. It's not like, especially me being a 573 number out in Texas, like they're like, it's spam, hang up right away. So having that saved in there, it helps your first touch. Insufficient funds comes through. You have that extra leg up. Hey, they're going to answer this one. You're in their phone. And if you don't get them, I mean, just swing back by. I mean, they're not moving all the time. So like you typically know where they are and you can go back by and, get back in front of them. But just seeing what they're going through, you never know what's happening. I mean, if they've had a tragedy in their family and just don't have the funds. I mean, if we got to, delay it a couple months, get them back on the books. Like, you already got that rapport. You may as well help them. So just doing that small stuff, taking those small steps, saving your number in there, going by, just reaching out to them. We've even reached out to family members, say, hey, we can't get a hold of Mr. Isaac or whatever. I mean, just doing small stuff like that.
It's a big tip. I think putting your number in their phone, guys, if you're not doing that, you're really shortcutting yourself, because I'm telling you, if the telemarketing is brutal right now. Like your clients are getting called 20, 30 times a day from numbers they don't know, and they don't even they're just instant click, hang up, click, hang up. So if you don't know, don't let them put their number in your phone. Make sure you do it. All right. Because a lot of them don't know how to do that. All right. A lot of who are helping, they're 70s, 80s. They're not that good with smartphones anymore, or, yet they've not messed with it. If you're not saying, hey, Miss Betty, let me have your phone, I'm going to put my number in here. So if I call you, it's me calling you and not a telemarketer. They're always going to let you do it. And I'll put my name, I'll put Ryan, then I'll put a dash, and I'll put my insurance agent. And so they're not going to remember my name a lot of times, right? But if they see my insurance agent, they're like, oh, I better answer that. So just doing small steps like that keeps you in front of your clients. That way, if you text them, they know who it is texting them. So I love that tip, Dylan. What about carriers? Okay. Like, do you write all kinds of carriers? Do you have a particular favorite one right now that you're rolling with? Like, walk an agent through, what should their mindset be with companies and what they're writing?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a favorite carrier. My favorite carrier is the best carrier for them. Like I just want to put them in the best spot. Obviously you kind of have, some e-apps are a little bit more, agent friendly than others, or like just feel a little bit more smooth. But I don't really have a favorite carrier. I think all our carriers are great. I don't have a problem with, really any of them. They work with you. They know what you're trying to do, and they're there to help. But at the end of the day, just, whatever carrier is the best one for them, that's who I'm rolling with. Like,
I love that answer, because honestly, that's what keeps your business good and on the books. Guys, if you're running through the products for your customer, 9 out of 10 times, if you pick the company that is the best for them underwriting, and best for them price wise with the riders, right? The value that they want to have, you don't get replaced. You don't get chargebacks. You don't have any of that stuff happening to you because they're in the best position they can be in. So make sure when you guys are doing that, and that kind of goes back to underwriting, getting all their prescriptions, everything nailed down so you know exactly what the best company is. So that's a great answer there, Dylan. What about this? So have you ever been in a slump? Like, have you ever gone a couple of days without selling anything?
Oh yeah. There's you get both sides, you have those times where you're just like, heck, what am I doing? Do I need to change something? Am I saying something wrong? And then you have those times where you're just hitting every green light, in line and on time.
Yeah.
But it's part of it. That's one thing I've really been trying to work on is, the consistency. A app a day keeps the bill collector away. I'm really trying to hone in on that because that's going to build over time and help you get just all around better.
Yeah. How do you get out of a slump? Let's say you go like 2 days, you're like 0 for 4 presentations. How do you get out of it?
Just hit that next one, that next lead, that next door, whatever. You can't end a slump if you don't, get out there and write something or, help someone. So if you give up, you're not going to get past it. So you just got to keep, taking that next step. Lord knows how long that slump's going to be, but it can be quick. It can be short, time will tell.
Yeah.
But just taking
that's the key is like some agents, if they go out there, maybe they sit with 2-3 people, they don't close them, they get kind of down in the dumps. Next thing you know, their activity slows way down. But really, like, the best way to get out of it is to do, like you said, just keep going to the next door because I promise you might be in a slump, but you're going to hit one house that changes your entire week. There's been many days where I've gone to like Wednesday, not closed anything. And then it's like, boom, $5,000 house. And before you know it, you finish the week with a record week when you started the week in a slump. So it's just about showing up for sure. But let's talk about this. Here's a question for you, Dylan. I know. So you and Becca do this together, right?
Yep.
You guys are a force, right? Being married, running your business together. There's a lot of agents, a lot of spouses here in the agency that do that. There's also people potential agents that want to bring their spouse into this to make extra income, different things. Run somebody through that. What's it like working with your spouse in this industry?
To be honest, I love it.
I don't see Becca, so I don't think you can get in trouble over there unless she's behind the camera.
Yeah, we got to check if she's on the call here. Honestly, I love it because, I know some people can't work well with their other, but she's my biggest fan, and y'all see in the group chat, she is always over there hyping us up, and she gets more excited probably for most of the stuff than I even do. But just having that, it's huge. I always say I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for her. I probably would have gave up a while ago, but I love it. I don't think it's hard. Sometimes she probably has a little, tough time playing, wife and coach, but I think we do it well. And even if we go out together and ride, we really complement each other. We build off each other because I'll connect with people that she won't connect with and vice versa. So, we really build off each other a lot. So
that's awesome. I think anybody that's thinking about doing this as a family, as a spouse, I couldn't recommend it more. I might be biased, right? Because me and Alicia do it together as well. But one thing I found is when you are on the same page, running the same business together, and you have your life together, it just puts everything all together. It's you don't have to worry about clocking in here, clocking out there, who's getting the kid, vice versa. It's just you're just running together towards a common goal. And I think that there's really no cap as to what you can achieve as a couple in this industry doing it. It's just like you said, Dylan, you connect with certain people, she connects with certain people. Same goes true for when you're building your agency and recruiting with your agents. You can coach certain people, she could coach. So it's a dynamic approach to really build something substantial for your family. So I love seeing you guys do that. But last question for you, Dylan. What is your number one tip? An agent, it's Wednesday right now. They want to finish this week on a high note.
Can you say it again? It cut out. Number one what?
Yeah, you got me okay?
Yep.
Number one tip for an agent who wants to finish this week, like at the top 15, what do they got to do?
I mean, honestly, just take that next step. Like, you don't know what's behind the next lead until you get out there and see it. So, I mean, just go talk to the people and have fun. I mean, take the pressure off yourself, put it on the numbers, and just go have a good time. I mean, one house can change your whole day, and one house can fill up a schedule for a full week. I mean, with referrals and stuff like that. I mean, you never know what you're going to get into, but you got to go out there and knock that door. You just got to take that first step.
Amen to that. Love that tip. It's the best thing I could recommend for an agent too. You just got to show up. Just like Dylan said, you don't know what's behind the next door, and you can't prejudge it. I've gone up to doors and thought, oh man, this ain't gonna be no good. They answer the door. Next thing you know, there's 15 people in there. You walk out of the house with a $10,000 house, and then on the opposite side, I walk up to a door. I'm like, this is gonna be a good one, and then nobody answers the door, right? So you just can't judge. You just got to show up. Trust the process. Trust that God's going to provide for you. He's going to give you that opportunity, but you got to show up and claim it too. So, Dylan, I appreciate you for jumping on here, man, sharing those tips. Hats off to you on hitting that promotion. Super proud of you, buddy. Guys, it's Wednesday. Let's go finish this week strong. We'll be back here on Friday's call. Appreciate you, Dylan.
Anytime. See you, bud.